Hi, welcome to A&B Jukebox Repair, your one-stop source for road jukebox repair service and replacement parts. We also want to welcome you to our jukebox repair video series, You Can Do It. And truly, you can do this. My name is Bruce Wentworth and I'll be your instructor today. Today's segment is going to be on removing the main power supply of a Rowe record model jukebox. And the jukebox we're going to be working on is an R87. And the typical power supply model that we're going to be removing is going to be you're going to find this same type of power supply in models R84 to R94 on the record jukeboxes, and also in most of all the CD models. It's the similar design, they put it in the same location, and so it'll be nothing uncommon about seeing this in this particular location. So we're going to go ahead and proceed. One thing about the jukeboxes is, of course, you got the door down, you got the title page assembly, you have to open your door, remove the title page assembly. There's also a petition. There's a petition here. I'm going to show you one over here. This is a CD model. I want to show you for a second. This is a typical petition that you see on most of the jukeboxes. Okay, as you see, you got very little room to move around. There's also a cover here. There'll be a cover here and a cover here. The covers just pop right off, so you're going to get the covers out. And then, as you can see on this model here, you got an amplifier that's right next to it. Okay, so we're going to go back over to the record machine now, the record jukebox. So basically, there would be a petition right here. Okay, and there's your amplifier right next to the power supply. So what I tell people is we're going to take out the amplifier to make it a little easier. Okay, and we just did a segment on removing an amplifier, and it's up on YouTube, and it's also on our website at abjukebox.com. So you can go there and look at the segment on how to remove the amplifier, but we're going to just go ahead and do it. I'm not going to talk about it because we've already discussed it. So I'm going to remove the amplifier so we can get out the power supply. Okay. Now that the amp is out, it makes it a lot easier to get at the power supply. And one of the first things you want to do here is you want to disengage, you want to unplug the power connection right here. This is the main harness that comes off the wall of the jukebox, goes into the side of the power supply board, and it goes right in there. Okay, we undid that. The AC plug on the front should be disconnected, which is already done. The amplifier should be unplugged, which it already is. And anything else is in these plugs here, you should just unplug. Once you get all that done, okay, I want to point out something to you. The only tool we're going to use is a 1/4-inch ball nut driver. Okay? How a power supply is mounted is there's usually 4 screws, one on each corner, one on the top, 2 corners, and one on the bottom 2 corners, as you can see. There's also a strap. You see the strap there? You do not want to remove the strap. That's what holds the power supply up. The power supply slides into the back of this strap. So basically, we're going to loosen the corners. We're just going to go ahead, loosen the corners. Okay, before we do this too, I want you to undo the cord on the back of the jukebox. Make sure, of course, the power is off when you do this, but you want to unplug it from the wall, and you want to disconnect all the length of the cable, the power cord, not to the cord, disconnect it. This one here kind of goes a little different. It goes from out to in. So I'm going to disconnect mine here. Normally it would be on the outside of the jukebox, not inside, but because I use a power strip for testing, I put it inside. So I'm going to bring that outside just like yours would be. So the cord's outside, you get it all unwrapped. Okay, now we loosen the 2 bottom corners. We're going to say this one's already taken out, so we're going to remove the top corner here. Keep a hand on it, because once you do this, it's going to probably want to come forward. So basically, alright, so that's it. We did that corner there. Put the screw aside. See how it wants us to come forward? So now, you got to lift straight up, and now pull straight out. You see? The cord comes with it. Okay, that's how you remove a power supply. And again, at this point, if you had a power supply that was in need of repair, that wasn't working properly, you got 2 things you could do. You could send the whole power supply into us, or you can just send the power supply board. There's 2 plugs here, there's 2 screws here. We're going to cover this on another later segment on repairing the power supply and different things you could do. But for now, that's how you remove a power supply. And we're going to do the reverse procedure for putting it in. You're going to put your cord through the back. Okay, send your cord all the way through. Okay. And you see the strap here? This is the strap I was telling you about. It has 2 screws, and you just loosen it up because the lip at the bottom of the power supply right here, this lip is going to slide into that strap. Okay? So we're going to do that right now. Going to finish putting this cord in, long cord. Okay, once you get all the way in, go ahead and take your lip and slide it into the bracket, which I just did. Okay, slide it into the bracket, let it sit there. Take your 1/4 inch ball nut driver. When you go to line up the 2 top holes, you're going to have to lift up a little bit. Right there, it's lined up. It's good to have a magnetic driver if you could. Either that, you're going to drop the screw 2 or 3 times, which is common. Don't feel alarmed. That's tight. I'm going to go ahead and tighten the 2 bottom corners. Over here, one over here, and I'm going to do this side over here. I'm going to go ahead. This is important. You're going to make sure you line up the first pin with the first hole in the top. If you misalign this, you're going to blow something. You're going to actually cook the board. So line it up with the first pin like that. If you misalign it, you could blow your voltages. Okay, so that's important. So again. Just make sure you line the first pin with the first pop here, first wire, okay? That's all there is to it. So, this time, I want to say that's all there is to removing a main power supply and reinstalling it. I want to thank you for being a part of this session today from A&B Jukebox Repair. Thank you, and we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.